Okay, students, class 11th mathematics CBSE, and in class 11th today we are starting a new chapter, that is complex numbers. Okay, students, in class 10th, in class 9th, in previous classes we have already learned more about the real numbers, and the set of real number consists of natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and after that fractional numbers. Fractional numbers means the number of the form p upon q where q is not equal to 0, that is rational numbers. Okay, rational numbers and irrational numbers, all these numbers constitute the set of real numbers. Okay, we know that the solution of the equation of type x square minus a square or equals to 0, or x square minus 9 equals to 0, x square minus 3 square equals to 0 means x square equals to 3 square, it means x is equals to plus minus 3, and this belongs to set of real number. Okay, means the equation of the type x square minus a square is equal to 0 are solvable in set of real numbers. Okay, means we will get the solution in set of real numbers, but some of the equations are there whose solution does not exist in set of real numbers. Means the equation, some of the equations does not have solution in set of real numbers, they are not solvable in set of real numbers, and such type of equations are like x square plus a square is equals to 0. Okay, so when the solution does not exist in set of real numbers, so we need solution, and we need some other numbers. Some other numbers means numbers which can provide us the solution of such type of equation, and those numbers are called complex numbers. Okay, Euler was the first mathematician who solved the equation of the type x square plus a square equals to 0. Means who solved the equation x square plus 1 equals to 0. Euler first of all solved the equation x square plus 1 is equals to 0. Okay, using the imaginary unit that is iota equals to under root minus 1. Okay, he used the imaginary unit iota equals to under root minus 1. Euler was the first mathematician who solved such type of equations. Okay, and solution belongs to the set of complex number, as these complex numbers constitute of real number and the imaginary number. Okay, means these numbers, solution of these equations are having one part that is real part and one part that is imaginary part. Okay, such type of equations, such type of numbers constituting by the real part means real numbers, and imaginary numbers are called as complex numbers. Okay, means let a and b belongs to R. A and b are two real numbers. Then a plus iota means this imaginary unit b. A plus iota b constitute the complex number. This is said to be the complex number. This is the standard form of complex number and denoted by Z, and all these complex numbers constitute the set of complex numbers. Means all these numbers Z belongs to C means the set of complex numbers. Okay, here a and b both are real number. Okay, the number which makes this a plus iota b a complex number is the imaginary unit given by Euler, that is iota. iota equals to under root minus 1. Okay, so we have a need or we have a necessity to understand what does it means iota, or what are the different powers of iota. Okay, so let us have a discussion over the power of iota and its powers. Okay, so the topic is iota and its powers. Iota and its powers. Iota and its powers. Iota and its powers. Okay, so iota is equals to under root minus 1, we know that, and iota square, after making square of this we will have iota square, that is equals to minus 1. Iota to the power 3 equals to iota square into iota, that is minus 1 into iota equals to minus iota. And then iota to the power 4 equals to iota square into iota square equals to minus 1 into minus 1 equals to plus 1. Okay, so iota is iota to the power 1 equals to iota square equals to minus 1, iota to the power 3 equals to minus iota, and then iota to the power 4 equals to 1. Okay, if iota having the power greater than 4, let iota to the power n, and n is greater than 4. Means iota to the power 5, iota to the power 6. What will be the value of these powers? Okay, so we are discussing the power of iota which are greater than 4. Okay, means iota to the power n, and n is greater than 4. Now we will divide the iota. Here, to determine the iota to the power n is greater than 4, we will divide n by 4. Let n is the quotient, and r is the remainder. So then n can be put in the form of 4n plus r. Okay, n can be put in the form 4n plus r. So iota to the power n or iota to the power 4n plus r equals to iota to the power 4n into iota to the power r. Iota to the power r, and iota to the power 4 to the power n into iota to the power r, and iota to the power 4 is 1 to the power n into iota to the power r equals to 1 into iota to the power r. So iota to the power n equals to iota to the power r, where r is the remainder after dividing n by 4. Okay, r is the remainder we get after dividing n by 4. So iota to the power n equals to iota to the power r. Okay, these are the powers of iota. Okay, now we will discuss the complex numbers. Okay, students, complex number. Our topic is complex number. Complex numbers. Okay, let a and b are two real numbers. Then complex number is defined as a plus iota b. Means the number a plus iota b is the complex number. A plus iota b is the complex number if AB belongs to R. AB, any two real numbers, then complex number is of the form a plus iota b. It is denoted by Z. Z is the complex numbers. Okay, where AB belongs to R. Okay, now in this complex number, A is the real part of this complex number, and b is the imaginary part. b is the imaginary part as it is multiplied with imaginary unit. It is multiplied with imaginary unit, that is why it is imaginary part, and this one is the real part. So real part of z is equals to a, and imaginary part of z is equals to b. Okay, re means the real part of z, r is z, and I am z, imaginary part of z, that is b. So real part is a, imaginary part is b, and a and b both are real numbers. A and b both are real numbers. A is real part and b is multiplying with imaginary unit, that is why it is imaginary part. Okay, so in this way we can define a complex numbers. Okay, so now set of complex numbers. Set of complex numbers. The set of different complex numbers is denoted as C. Denoted as C. Okay, and Z belongs to C. Means Z means all a plus iota b, all numbers of the form a plus iota b, all numbers of the form a plus iota b, that is complex numbers, comes under the set of complex numbers. Okay, a and b belongs to the set of real numbers. A and b belongs to the set of real numbers. Okay, now here z means the complex number is said to be purely real number. The complex number z is said to be purely real if imaginary part is 0. If imaginary part is 0, and the complex number z is said to be the purely imaginary number if the real part is 0. Okay, so if real part of z is equals to 0, then z is equals to real part of z equal to 0 means a is equals to 0. A is equals to 0, then z is equals to iota b. Z is equals to iota b. Iota b means purely imaginary. As there is no real part. The complex number z is the sum or is constitute with two parts, that is real part and imaginary part. Okay, so if real part is 0, then it is purely imaginary. Okay, and if imaginary part of z is equals to 0, imaginary part of z equals to 0 means b is equals to 0. B is equals to 0, then z is equals to a. Z is equals to a means real part. So z is purely real. Okay, so complex number z is purely real if imaginary part is 0, and it is purely imaginary if real part is 0. So what we can conclude? The complex number is purely real if imaginary part is 0. And complex number is purely imaginary if real part is 0. Okay, so this is all about the definition or the meaning of complex numbers. Okay, now we will start the different operations on complex numbers. Operations means the addition of complex numbers, the subtraction of complex numbers, division of complex numbers and multiplication of complex numbers. Okay, so let us start the operation on complex numbers. First of all, addition of complex numbers. Addition of complex numbers. Addition of complex numbers. Addition of complex numbers. Complex numbers. Okay, means now we will learn how we add the two or more than two complex numbers. Okay, so let us suppose that z is represented by complex number. Let us suppose that z1 and z2 are two different complex numbers. Okay, let z1 and z2 are two different complex numbers. Okay, then z1 is equals to a1 plus iota b1 and z2 is equals to a2 plus iota b2. Okay, here a1 and b1, a2 and b2. For all a1, a2, b1, b2 belongs to the set of real number. Okay, a1, a2, b1, b2 belongs to the set of real number. Okay, the complex number is constituted of two parts, that is real part and imaginary part, real part and imaginary part. Now we will add these two numbers. Means we will find z1 plus z2. z1 plus z2 is equals to a1 plus iota b1 plus a2 plus iota b2. a1 plus iota b1 plus a2 plus iota b2 is equals to a1 plus a2 plus iota b1 plus b2. Okay, a1 plus a2 plus iota b1 plus b2 means real part will be added in real part and imaginary part will be added in imaginary part. Okay, real part is added in real part and imaginary part is added in imaginary part. So z1 plus z2 is equals to a1 plus a2 plus iota b1 plus b2. Okay, here this is the real part of z1 plus z2. This is the real part of z1 plus z2 and this one is the imaginary part of z1 plus z2. So real part of z1 plus z2 is equals to real part of z1 plus z2 is equals to a1 plus a2 and a1 is the real part of z1 and a2 is the real part of z2. So real part of z1 plus real part of z2. Okay, so real part of z1 plus z2 is equals to real part of z1 plus real part of z2. Okay, now this is the imaginary part. Iota multiplied by b1 plus b2. b1 plus b2 is the imaginary part of z1 plus z2. So imaginary part of z1 plus z2 is equals to b1 plus b2. b1 is the imaginary part of z1 and b2 is the imaginary part of z2. So imaginary part of z1 plus imaginary part of z2. Okay, so imaginary part of z1 plus z2 is equals to imaginary part of z1 plus imaginary part of z2. Okay, so we have concluded or we have drawn two results. We have drawn two results after adding the two complex numbers. Okay, first one is real part of z1 plus z2 is equals to this and imaginary part of z1 plus z2 is this. Okay, now we can generalize this result for more than two complex numbers. More than two complex numbers means real part of z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equals to real part of z1 plus real part of z2 plus real part of z3. and real part of imaginary part of z1 plus z2. Imaginary part of z1 plus z2 is equals to imaginary part of z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equals to imaginary part of z1 plus imaginary part of z2 plus imaginary part of z3. Okay, so in this way we can generalize the result of addition of two complex number for more than two complex numbers. Okay, now we will learn what are the different properties of addition of vectors. So different properties of addition of complex numbers. Different properties of addition of complex numbers. Write down. Different properties of addition of complex numbers. Different or simply the properties. Simply the properties. Properties of complex numbers. Property of complex numbers. First of all, commutative property. Commutative property. Firstly, commutative property. Commutative property. Z1 plus Z2 is equals to A1 plus iota B1 plus A2 plus iota B2. Okay, Z1, Z2 belongs to C. Z1, Z2 belongs to C, where Z1 is equals to A1 plus iota B1 and Z2 is equals to A2 plus iota B2. Okay, A1, B1, A2 B2 belongs to the set of real numbers. Okay, now Z1 plus Z2 is equals to A1 plus iota B1 plus A2 plus iota B2, and this can be written down as A1 plus A2 plus iota B1 plus B2, and this is equals to A2 plus A1 plus iota B2 plus B1 equals to A2 plus iota B2 plus A1 plus iota B1, that is equals to Z2 plus Z1. Okay, so Z1 plus Z2 is equals to Z2 plus Z1, means the addition of complex numbers. Addition of complex numbers follows the commutative property. Follows the commutative property. Addition of complex numbers follows the commutative property. Commutative property. Okay. Now the next property, that is associative property. Associative property. Associative property. Associative property of addition of complex numbers. Associative property. Associative property. Let Z1, Z2 and Z3 belongs to the set of complex numbers. Then Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is equals to Z1, Z2, Z3 belongs to the set of complex numbers. That is why Z1 equals to A1 plus iota B1, Z2 equals to A2 plus iota B2, Z3 is equals to A3 plus iota B3. Okay, so Z1 plus Z2 plus Z3 is equals to A1 plus iota B1 plus A2 plus iota B2 plus A3 plus iota B3. Okay, now this is equals to A1 plus A2 plus iota B1 plus B2 and plus A3 plus iota B3 and this is the real part of this and this is the real part of this. So real part will be added a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus iota b1 plus b2 plus b3. Okay, now these are the real numbers and real numbers already follows the associative property. That is why this can be written down as a1 plus a2 plus a3 plus iota b1 plus b2 plus b3. Okay, and this is equals to a1 plus iota b1 plus a2 plus a3 plus iota b2 plus b3, and this is equals to z1 plus a2 plus iota b2 plus a3 plus iota b3. So this is equals to z1 plus z2 plus z3. Okay, so z1 plus z2 plus z3 is equals to z1 plus z2 plus z3 means the complex numbers follows the associative property. Okay, means we can change the grouping. Even changing the grouping, addition will not change. Addition will not be changed. Addition will be same. Result will be same. So this is associative property. Now we will discuss about the identity for complex numbers. Identity for complex numbers. Additive identity. Additive identity. Okay, let a plus iota b is any complex number. Okay, and z dash is any another complex number such that z plus z dash, let e be any complex number, then z plus e is equals to z, such that z plus e is equals to z. Means when we add z in e, we get z itself. Okay, means a plus iota b plus e is equals to a plus iota b. It means e is equals to a plus iota b minus a plus iota b. So a minus a iota b minus b equals to 0 plus iota 0. E equals to 0 complex number. Okay, so additive identity is 0 complex number. Additive identity is 0 complex number. 0 complex number. Okay, this is the additive identity. Means the identity when we add a complex number. When we add a complex number, we get the complex number itself. Okay, so now the next property, that is additive inverse. Additive inverse. Additive inverse. Okay, now additive inverse is the complex number. Additive inverse of a complex number is the complex number such that z plus z dash is equals to identity, that is e, that is 0 complex number. Okay, additive inverse of a complex number z is the complex number z dash such that z plus z dash is equals to additive identity, that is 0. Okay, z is equals to a plus iota b. Z is equals to a plus iota b. belongs to C and AB belongs to set of real numbers. Okay, now A plus iota B plus Z dash is equals to 0 plus iota 0 and Z dash is equals to 0 plus iota 0 minus A plus iota B. So 0 minus A plus iota 0 minus B is equals to minus A plus iota minus B. Okay, Z dash. Z dash is the additive identity. Okay, after taking minus as common, we will have A plus iota B equals to minus Z dash. So minus Z is the additive inverse. Additive inverse of complex number Z. Z belongs to C. Okay. So all these are the properties of addition of vectors. Okay. Thank you.